welcome to another episode of Dada Next Door. This is the podcast that showcases incredible talent. It goes ahead to display the efforts made when art and activism come together. And finally, we love to highlight the phenomenal, amazing women who are behind all these initiatives and are using their creativity and artistic expression to create actual social change. As always, I am your host, Annie Agesa. Karibuni sana. And in the studio today with me is, where do I begin? She's a journalist. She is a founder of a very, very interesting poetic initiative. She'll tell us so much more about it. And she's a fashion girly. You guys know how much I get excited to meet a fashion girly. So she's going to tell us all about what she does and what she aims to, create in the society as she does it. So her name is Precious. Imagine being called Precious. Like, you have no choice. You have to be the most precious. She's called Precious Owoko. Karibu sana studio yetu.
Asante sana.
Oh, we're so happy to have you here. I didn't even tell you guys she's a teacher. So I'm feeling she's like a trainer. I'm feeling like I should be sitting up straight. You'll understand in a few. You're very, very welcome to our studio.
Thank you so much.
Okay, we're looking forward to today's episode.
Okay.
And before I let you introduce yourself, you have to be subjected to one of my silly games.
All right.
You're up for it?
No problem.
Okay. Today we're playing Would You Rather. Okay, so I'll give you two weird situations. They're not too weird this time, I promise. I'll give you two situations and then you tell me which one you would rather be in. So the first one is, would you rather communicate telepathically, like mind to mind, or know every single language on the planet?
I would rather telepathically.
Why?
Because automatically you'll know the language. Because if you can communicate with someone on your mind, that means you've already interpreted their language.
Right, true.
Understanding them, it's quite easier. Okay,
like
when you will have to learn the languages, it will take a lot of time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, with the mind, you just look at the person and then you can
They
just
understand. And look at you and you're like, bet.
Yes. They look at you and they're like, yes. Then yes, you've already understood.
Yeah, understood.
Yeah.
Okay. I like the reasoning. So far, so good. The second one, would you rather shout all the time or only be able to whisper?
Shout all the time or beyond it. I don't like shouting.
Yeah,
Honestly.
actually such a soft-spoken girly.
Yeah, I'd rather whisper.
You'd rather whisper.
Because why should I even shout?
Imagine all the time, hi!
No, I wouldn't. I know. You know when you whisper, okay, I tend to understand silence. Okay, so whispering comes with also silence. Silence, when you're more of a silent person, it's very hard for someone to actually read you. You know, people can read you easily when you are more of a talkative person.
Yes.
Because you will talk your emotions out.
Yeah.
But when you're a silent person, it is very hard for someone to actually read you, not unless they are so close to you. So I guess probably it's more of an introvert, right?
All right. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. It's more of an introverted trait, and silence does have its power. So I see you.
So I'd rather whisper.
I see you. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, last one. Would you rather have a 1-minute conversation with your past self or with your future self?
A 1-minute conversation with my future self.
With your future self?
Yes.
Okay, why not your past self?
With my past self, I guess I cannot rewind the past.
Right.
Yeah, by the future we can talk. We can really discuss. Now, we did something wrong back then. We need to really work on something now.
But your past self will think you're your future self coming to tell to tell them to change it. No, but I don't know. I kind of get it.
Like my future self is coming in to tell me this is how we can do it.
Yes, this is either what we did right.
Yeah,
or what
because
we
my
did
past
wrong.
self will, most of the time, the conversation that we'll be having is something that has already happened.
Yeah.
And you cannot change.
Yeah.
It's not like a movie. You'll go back and redo the
And
scenes
you'll
and
destroy the
re-edit.
timeline. Yeah, and re-edit.
Yes, you can't. So
Okay.
I'd rather talk to my future self because I don't know what the future holds.
Yeah.
But I know what the past has been like.
So that your present self can now find
Yeah.
the right path to go down.
Yes.
I feel like we know you a bit better now. I like how you think. You are very straightforward with your thought process. So, let's find out more about you as we go. Okay, now you're free to introduce yourself. I won't stop you. Thank you
Alright.
for participating in my game.
Yes. So I'll introduce myself through this camera. Right?
Yes.
So my name is Precious Owoko, the founder of Walking Shadow Poetry Kenya. I believe in someone growing from what is meant to kill them. In a world where everyone is for themselves and God is for us all, everyone always needs someone they can just listen to. Someone they can just, someone who will not judge them. Someone who they can just listen to, and those words give impact to their lives. Yeah, apart from being the founder of Walking Shadow Poetry Kenya, I'm also a model trainer and a journalist. On radio naitwa Chiela Lagwetab Chiso aka Gigi yani Kingdom Influencer Tepige nachuligana kama mkali. But on TV, mimi ni TV presenter, guys. Apart from that, I'm also a trainer. I train dance. I train talents, actually, from spoken word to dancing to narratives to mime. I train talents in my church. So, yeah, that's all I do. Apart from that, I believe that in this life, in this generation, there will always be someone. There always needs to be someone who is sound. In a generation that everyone sounds confused and everyone seems like they're lost, there need to be someone who will make the sacrifice to be sound so that they can help their own peers or rather people of their own age or age group.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's a really strong intro. You caught me off guard when you switched to the Kalenjin persona, and I was like, hold up.
Yes, watu wa nyumbani wananijua, hawa hata wananijua tinumi.
Oh gosh, that's
Yes,
so
nyumbani
cool.
ni wasinikishu lazima ningoagilisha. Yes.
Unawakilisha vizuri sana.
Kabisa.
Oh wow. I like what you said about how unajua this generation can be a little bit confused.
Yes.
And we kind of need someone who is sound to stand through it.
Exactly.
And I think it resonates with the reason for naming your foundation, like your
Walking
initiative,
Shadow.
the walking shadow poetry.
Yes.
So would you maybe explain to us why it resonates?
Okay, so Walking Shadow Poetry, the name actually, I had a
Yes.
lot of names that came to my mind: Candlelight, Shadow, Siju Word, but I landed with Walking Shadow.
Yeah.
Because most of the time, our shadows reveal at night. In the morning, like in the morning.
Yes, when the
That is
sun-
when the sun is there and our shadows now
Sure.
tunaziona. But during the night, we don't see our shadows. So generally, we are like the walking shadows.
Oh, we are the shadows.
We are the walking shadows because when the night now usiku ikifika, that is when our true self gets revealed.
Yeah.
Hapo ndio kama uko na depression inakugonga vibaya.
Yeah,
Hapo ndio kama umeachwa. Hapo ndio time yenye if you were excited, now that is the time now you will think your day imekuwa fiti.
Yeah.
That night.
When that's when your emotions are so raw and open.
And also from the story of Luanda Magere. You see, Luanda Magere was a guy, I really, really admire him because he was a guy whose power was in the shadow. And most of the time, people didn't know how to destroy him. So most of the time, they really wanted, akienda vita, watu wanampangia, how will we destroy this guy? How will we destroy this guy? But they didn't. And funny enough, they used someone who is so close to him to destroy him. And so they used sasa ndio wakatumia shadow yake and he turned into a stone. And a stone ni kitu yenye tunakumbuka mpaka wa leo. If we see that stone we just remember Luanda Magere. So sometimes our shadows are the things that we have really faced, vitu tumefight kwa light, vitu tumefight mbele ya watu, but at the end of it all zinageuka zinakuwa stone. And they become something that when we look at it, sometimes we are proud of ourselves, sometimes we are not. Wow. Another thing where I got the actual inspiration from, it was from the story of Peter in the Bible, whose shadow used to heal people. When this guy had so much power that when he used just to walk, shadow yake ilikuwa ina heal watu. So from there I learned that what if my words become the source of healing to someone? And honestly speaking, at some points I've been vulnerable. Some pieces I've rendered myself vulnerable for the sake of someone who is passing through that same thing. Because I'm wondering, mi niko na 90k followers kwa TikTok na probably niko na stress flani. Na hiyo stress karibu inanimaliza. What if someone mwenye hata ana follower mmoja? What if someone mwenye hata Facebook anakoga na like mmoja? You see, in a generation where everything is in the media, kuna hiyo pressure sana, especially to the young people. Like they feel a lot of pressure and then mtu anafika place anaachia sasa life yake. Anaacha, mimi
stop
nothing
caring.
is working, so I don't, mimi pia acha I
stop working.
Mimi nikae vile nataka. So unapata there needs to be someone who will tell this person, yes, vitu hazi work but hazifai kuwork saa hiyo. Like mtoi azizaliwa na atembee hiyo siku, lazima amemeno, lazima ajue kutembea, lazima atambae, lazima ajifunze ndio sasa atembee akuwe strong, na hata akitembea ataweza anguka. So there needs to be someone who will tell this person it's okay, like it's okay, haita vitu hazita work vile unataka. Sometimes we'll try modeling, hautawahi kuwa miss. Utatry dancing, miguu zitakongana. Utatry kuimba, uambiwe hiyo sauti ni ya chura, but you need to really like you need to keep on working until you find your niche. Like you need, the reason why I'm so much talented, I guess it's because I tried things. I tried a lot of things way back from primary. Nilikuwa najaribu drama festival, niko kwa solo verse, niko kwa traditional, niko kwa
ulikuwa unachoka.
Juu unajaribu like until something you possess something. Yes. So that is all I can say.
Wow. And her tagline is actually from one of her t-shirts.
Yes, my tagline is grow from what's meant to kill.
Just like Luanda Magere. Like, okay, he didn't grow, but what is stone? Stone is like the very embodiment of what he was. He couldn't be killed.
Yes.
So what was meant to kill us, maybe it will grow us.
Yes, and then sometimes people think, you see, everyone is a seed in one or another. Everyone is a seed. So most of the people take it from a view like you're buried. I saw it somewhere, like you take it like you're buried, but you're not actually buried, you're planted. It won't be easy underground. Haitakuwa rahisi, like because watu wanatembea hapo juu, maji inamwagwa hapo juu, madudu bado ziko hapo chini, unaona. So as long as you're a seed, you must endure the process. You must, like, lazima ujue lazima ujue wewe si mti ya mapera, ni apple. So lazima uvumilie, you endure. Sometimes haita work, sometimes ita work. Unaweza kuwa ile mti inatoa matunda after 5 years. Labda unaweza kuwa mti inatoa matunda after 10 years.
Pia unaweza kuwa ngwashe tuna grow downwards.
Exactly.
I love that analogy. It's beautiful. And you know, you've kind of nika ulikuwa na Mwakenya, because you've kind of answered my next question. I wanted to know if this is something that you created kwa sababu, you know, you were vulnerable yourself and you were like, there's a time I was voiceless and no one could hear me or no one was listening, or is it because you're so empathetic, you're seeing other people don't have their own I've seen that from both your answers, because you're like, this generation needs some help. And then at the same time you've been vulnerable and put yourself in those positions.
Yes, I remember that time that during your time ya corona, that time we were forced to go to my aunt's place. Sisi, we are not the cool kid kind of. Sisi sima cool kid. So
cool kid ni kusema tu.
So we were forced to go to my aunt's place because sayo mapero wako wanakuwa like wako able to cater for things vitu zilienda vile zilienda.
Things were
So
tough at that time.
nilikuwa tu na kasimu kengine hapo tu kanaka vile kanataka. So I decided to record an audio and I sent to a friend of mine. So venye nilimtumia akaiedit. Now that is actually the first time I guess I
was
uploaded.
That your first TikTok post?
Yes. It was on 2020 if I'm not wrong.
Wow.
So nika-upload. Then ku-upload nikapata 500 views.
Yeah.
Nikakuwa excited.
You were like,
nikasema, hey, 500 views.
Wait, so Ali edit the words into a visual with your voiceover?
Yes. Actually, I just read a verse from the Bible and then I just sent it to him.
Yeah.
Then akaifanya ikakaa kitu interesting sana. So mimi nika-upload. Then it happened like twice. The third time akasema ya hawezi ako busy. So nika recording itu ninaziweka in case time hata kwa busy atanieditia, but it never happened. So ikaishi hivyo. Then I lost my phone. Vitu zika happen. So nikakaa 6 months without a phone. But yo time yenye yo voice ilifanya ili create something in me. So nikasema if ninaweza record hivi si hata mimi nijifunze kuedit
I can learn.
So nikaanza kuedit na InShot. Mimi nilikuwa nafunika hivi blanketi, ninaweka hivi simu. I used to have my own recording studio in my own bed.
So like umefix sound, umecontain chini ya blanketi.
Yes. So nimejifunika nina record. So after nimerecord nikachukua tu InShot nikaanza kuedit. Then from that nikaanza kupata hiyo like it's something ni kama imekuwa ndani yangu, but ni kitu jawairi. Unaona zile vitu jawairi realize ziko ndani. So that is when nikaanza sasa kuactivate sana. Sasa ndo nikaanza kurecord na jieditia tu na InShot. Nikasasa later ndo nikakuja nikaintroduciwa kwa CapCut. Nikaanza kufanya nini
more edits with CapCut.
Nikaedit nikiweka hizo auto captions. Nikaona kitu ni rahisi. So venye niliingia sasa kwa media, that is when nikapata sasa recorder yenyewe. So kuna time nimefanya a piece in Nakuru and then the MC akasema hiyo voice yako
ina sound,
hiyo voice yako hapana, hiyo voice yako it's so
she
unique.
She has a very calming voice, by the way, the most interesting heavy tone.
Yes.
You'll check out her TikTok, we'll link it in the bio.
Yes. So unapata hiyo voice yako kanambia unaweza difanya hizo ma intro za movie, unaweza fanya vitu kama audiobook. So from there nikaanza sasa, unaona sasa ameanza ku create your interest imekuwa more.
You're like,
so
I can do more with this.
Yeah, and then nikanyamaza like for 6 months sikuwa na simu yangu. Sasa the second time ika crash tu, ilizima tu hivyo. Haikufanyika kitu, ilizima tu hivyo. So sikuwa na simu. So that time nilikuwa natumia tu kuedit na computer tu na post tu hivyo. So during that time do nikanyamaza sasa kabisa from posting anything nini, nikazima kabisa. Then there was a time a friend of mine akanitext, we really miss your pieces, umeenda wapi, umepotea sana. And then there were like unapata tena people from hata wenye wako hata outside Kenya, like people from Ghana, Nigeria, they are really where we miss your pieces, where did you go, why are you posting, vitu kama hizo. So I just found mimi I need a way nikuwe na upload with hata kama sina simu. And that is where naweza ambia mtu mwenye kuko nje, uko you don't have any means, unasikia tu kuna talent but you don't know how you can use your talent, ama ujui place utaiweka talent yako. The first thing you can put your talent, ama the first place where you can place your talent, weanza tu kuweka online. Kama utafungua na account ya simu ya best yako, haijalishi. Kama utamuomba simu wa create Gmail account or something. Because sometimes sisi tunataka watu wenye wako kwa ground watusaidie, na watu wako kwa ground wako busy na shughuli zao. Unaona? So hata hawata kunotice. Most of them hata mwingine hata kunotice. But unapata ukiweka uko nje, you never know. Chinese plan anaweza kufanya.
Alafu uanze kuomoka China.
Yeah, because sometimes unaweza ona talent yako ni local and maybe it's an international talent. But uziniona ni international because wase wako around wewe hawana, ama hujawahi sikia,
ama they don't see the value of it yet.
Yes, like kama I can give you an example, like in Kenya right now there are very few people who do modern day poetry. Hiyo ni kama yenye nafanya. Hiyo modern day poetry watu wengi wameconcentrate na slang poetry. So unapata wale hata maji wa poetry wengi wako kwa slang poetry, they mix wa English, they do a bit of genge, they wana mix too,
Yeah.
so but unapata there are very few poets wenye wanafanya pure English ama pure Swahili. Yeah, and sasa hapo unaweza kuwa discouraged sana because una record unashanga hakuna Mkenya mwenye anani notice. But at the end of it all, as long as the impact that you're creating, just goal yako kwa hiyo talent yako ikuwe just one person. Unajua sisi tunataka ku impact the whole world
at once. My first video na muone nyi wote na like nyi wote.
So unapata sometimes you are meant just for one person, so the earlier you realize that the better. Uta avoid a lot of expectations, a lot of pressure, utatake vitu pole pole, unaona, because ukizipeleka hivyo mbio azitasonga. Maybe unafanya hata slam poetry,
utakuwa frustrated.
Slam poetry unaifanya but unashangaa wasia wa notice. Sasa unajituma mpaka kwa media houses, hakuna kitu ina make sense, then unafeel uko too discouraged. Sometimes labda tu hiyo piece moja yenye ita trend labda tasimwa.
Yeah, it's true. There's this vocalist lady, she's called Njoki Karu. I shout out Njoki if you're watching. Njoki Karu is the most amazing vocalist, strong, beautiful voice. And she says, I remember her saying very, very well, there's a point she didn't even have a following. No one even understood what she was doing. Ameenda kusomea mziki majuu, and then anakuja, she's trying to make a space for herself, but inakani kama hana mafans. But she had to tell herself, I'm not just creating for to be famous, to be known. I'm creating this to have a database, an archive. Ile siku itafikia the right person. Ataniuliza, what else have you done? And I'll be like, you know what? I have a library. It has 3 views, but you can be the 4th one. And this person might be the one to change your life.
Sure.
These 10 new people might be the audience you were looking for. And when you blow up, hizo zingine kuna library. Watarudi. Create it for yourself.
Yeah.
Create it for your talent, create it for your own good, for your own record. And time yako ikikuja, if you reach the right people, it will be for the right people.
Yes, and another thing, because the social media never forgets, then it will never forget.
The internet will never ever forget.
Automatically, it will never forget. And I guess your aspect ya kukuwa na expectations mingi, that is why I rarely reveal my face. I know what wako like, so you reveal your face, you want to know who this person speaks. But my main aim is not me. My main aim is uyo mse mwenye na watch, I feel ni yeye.
To be honest, sa zingine, when I see a couple of your posts, I usually feel like, how did she know what I'm going through? How did she know I needed to be told this? Like, what were you thinking to be in the same place as me, you know?
Yeah.
And I think that's the most impactful thing you can actually throw out there. Thank you for your service.
You're welcome. Yes, you know, most of the people I came to discover in this talent world, in this artistic world, it tends to be biased. That is honest. So fact. Unapata sometimes unaweza reveal your face, there is a message you really want to pass across, but people will not listen to you because of your face. And sometimes they will listen to you because wamekuhurumia. Unaona ile
what? I don't even know what's worse.
Ile umeka personal sana mpaka wamekuhurumia
ati umeka personal.
It's true. Lord. Like wamekuhurumia tu. Unaona. So I just wanted Walking Shadow Poetry to be a voice to the voiceless, like to help someone to voice their voice, not to voice for them. No, like I help them. Mtu ana struggle na self-esteem issues, ye mwenyewe ajue venye atatoka. Si mimi nimsaidie kutoka. Ni mwenyewe find a way. Sisi wote tunakuaga tunajicreateanga problems, but tunakuaga na solutions za hizo problems. Unaona? Unajicreatea problem unasema mimi nataka nikuwe mslim excess, for example. Ama maybe unasema mimi nataka nikuwe mnono excess, unaona. So unajicreatea maybe unaweza kuwa mslim excess, ukue na nini, nutrition yako ikuwe na issues, ama ukue mnono excess, nini yako health yako ikuwe na issues. But sasa tunaona bado at the end of it all ni uko na solution. So
Okay, clearly she wants to empower us, anataka tuko empowered to fix our own problems. Siati, she wants to fix them for us, sindio?
Yes.
Awesome. So we want to go on a short break, and as we are there, don't go anywhere, because we want you to check out one of her reels from TikTok. It's going to be running so that you can get a taste of it, and we will leave all the links, all the necessary links to Walking Shadow Poetry in the bio below. So please feel free, check it out. Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that piece, and if you're craving more, you know where to go. Down in the link, okay? So this is the part where we find out, we know it's not always easy to carve out such a path for yourself. So tunataka kujua, what are some of the things umepitia kwa hii industry? Umejitengenezea nice, beautiful space.
Yes.
What are some of the challenges of creating such a space? Or at the same time, you are a journalist. You create an even bigger space.
Yes.
What are some of the challenges that you faced there, and how have you been able to go around them, navigate or even solve any?
Okay. So one of the challenges, which has been the biggest challenge, is actually tuseme kukua emotional attachment to your pieces.
What?
Yeah, sometimes you
more.
can write a piece, and honestly speaking, it's something that probably someone close to you has imekugonga vibaya, or you imekugonga vibaya, and you don't want to get it out there.
Yeah.
So you're like, hapana, EP
siezi release.
EP siezi release. And then you're like, wait, you never know whom you will help. That has been a challenge. Another challenge yenye imekuwa ina stand out sana based on gender. Sometimes unakuwa yani gender na pia mwili. Mi unaona si mkubwa. So,
I thought you were going to be so tall. Remember, that's the first thing I told you.
Yes.
We si mrefu.
So unapata because ya kutokuwa mkubwa ama because ya gender pia. Sometimes you can go to an audience and they just feel like you're a primary school student.
Stop it.
Or you're a high schooler, or you're in campus. Then you're like, guys, mi nilimaliza campus.
Nimi na washow, I promise.
Yes, I'm not me. Yes. So, unapata you a lot of you have to justify yourself a lot, which is still okay because it also gives you platform to address the young people. Because the moment wamekuwa identify like their own, so it helps you, unaweza waongelesha na wakusikie. And like sasa wenye wanaona kama ni adults, sometimes they feel hawaelewi, especially generation Z, Gen Z. So they feel like we need someone mwenye ana to understand, mtu mwenye ana to feel, mtu mwenye ana feel space yetu hivyo. So the solution for it imekuwa like imenisaidia now to know the niche ama the now my audience.
Yeah.
So nimejua audience yangu, as much as yes I might be helping the adults ama wase wako kwa trauma, but bado ninasaidia sana the younger generation kukuwa na manual, because you find hata the musicians in Kenya they don't have a manual where we kama musician unaweza enda uangalie manual ya mtu fulani, musician fulani, and then you're like alifanya hivi akafanya hivi akafanya hivi, hapa alifail, so hapa sifai kufanya. You
there
understand?
is no such
there is
thing.
nothing there is nothing. So I'm trying still to create something like a manual whereby si kitu iko current, you know, sai bado poets wengi wanafanya kitu current, and that is another challenge ni people want you to address the trending things,
current affairs iko
yes,
baby
zikue kama unaongelelea kina nani I won't mention names. So unapata it's kind of challenge, but I take it, the solution to it is that you find unasolve, yes, hawatasikia sai, wanaweza kosa kusikia sai because of the trending things, but kuna siku tu mtu atakaa chini na kutane na hiyo piece yako na imsaidie. Unaona? So si kila saa uaddress politicians watusi, sometimes that is their role.
True.
Kuna mtu kwa hiyo scene alikuwa kue muuaji. Unaona? Kuna mtu kwa hiyo scene, that is her role in this life ama his role. Hiyo ni role yake.
That's an interesting point of view.
Yeah, you see, kuna wasanii wengi sana, they like it when you see, as an artist you are an influencer. By the fact that you're an influencer, you can either make people think positively or negatively.
Yes, you have the
So
responsibility and
I
the
can
power.
just tell them, especially these people who like a lot, unaona kuingililia serikali, mi sitetei serikali ati hapana.
You're not for them.
No, I'm not for them, I'm not for anyone. But I'm saying, like someone said, kama umeingia kwa basi na upendi dereva, hautaomba mpate ajali.
Oh, okay.
You understand?
Whoa,
Because uko kwa basi na upendi dereva, si utaomba ati sasa gari
crash,
so because we don't like the leaders, we won't pray that our country yanguke. Unaona? Because you don't like your father ama your mother, haimaanishi ati sasa familia yenu yote ifilisike. You have a role. We fika kwenye unafika, kama ni kuanzisha familia yako, uenda anzisha.
Nunue basi yako.
Nunue basi yako, uendeshe maisha yako. Yeah, so hiyo ndo challenge nyingi, hiyo ndo challenge pia our mentality. Mentality imekuwa issue sana. Especially mentality on poets. People think poets, especially ukienda place penye, you're supposed to be paid.
Right.
Unaona, someone just said mse hata anasema piece ya 5 minutes unamlipa nini. And like a singer, si mwimbaji atakuja na mumulipe, na amekuja ameimba hizo 5 minutes, then just pay me the same way you're paying the singer. I'm also using my art. So people think poets wanamkaga tu hivi
unaenda stage una freestyle piece 5 minutes snap.
Huyu hata hajafikiria, hata haja research.
Snap 100k.
Sometimes we do a lot of research.
Right.
We do a lot of research because at the same time you don't want to be biased. Unataka kuaddress issue ya racist, you won't want to be biased. Kuna racist wenye ni blacks, kuna racist wenye ni whites, so you would want to come on a common ground. Unaona? So you must research. So poets, especially professional poets, si mtu amkage tu chwa kama yes, it's part of, it's an ability we do have naturally, but we work for it too. Yeah, we sit with people, we listen to their issues.
That's true.
We come up with pieces that mtu hata feel, best yako hata feel umemwattack kwa piece plan. Unaona? Best yako mwingine hata feel huyu ameni address directly, unaona? But hata feel yes ameni address but amenisaidia. Unaona? Yeah.
Wow, it's true. Actually, we've just had Spontaneous the Poet in a previous episode, and we were talking about how na another guy called Kim Chokera, they did a presentation for Kenya's most loved brands by women version. I think it was a year ago, and the piece itself, it started out with a really interesting concept, but as time went by, they were legitimately talking about how women have specific needs, but the brands that create those things don't care about what needs these women have. So how do you expect your consumer to keep loving your brand?
Yeah.
you have to listen to them. So the amount of research that they put in to know that this percentage of women is not satisfied by this percentage of brands, they put in so much work, so much research. You have to give credit where it's due. You guys do so much research.
Sure.
You listen to so many people, so many opinions before you come before other people and go like, Nimi nakusho. You know?
That's true, yeah.
So, wow, thank you for sharing that. It's a roller coaster.
Yeah.
Okay, as we almost close up, unfortunately, so close to the end so fast, who are some inspirations that keep you going with your talent, with your new endeavors? You do so many things. You're training kids to dance.
Yes.
You're training people to model. You're still a journalist with an alter ego. You're still a radio host with a journalist alter ego. And wow, you really do so much.
Yeah.
What keeps you fueled to juggle all those things? Because I know it's a lot.
Yeah, one thing that keeps me going is my background. That is honestly. Yeah, kwenye nimetoka, usipojikaza, watu wanakutegemea. Understand? So lazima ujitume. Hakuna option. Hakuna TRTO.
Hakuna kuzuba itanikujia.
No, like it's a compulsory thing. Another thing that keeps me going is I want to see, actually ni TikTok yangu, how it grows, like ina grow. Ile,
Ata wewe unashangaa.
Yeah, like I want to see where is this brand going, because I'm looking forward to being an author. Actually, I'm doing 2 books right now.
Oh, lovely.
Ya kwanza inaitwa The Battle Between Fate and Choice. Na ya pili, it's about a lady called Ruth. Yeah, so I'm doing 2 books at the moment.
Okay.
So bado ni hiyo area yenye nataka kuingia sana, because as a poet still I'm an author.
What's the first one about?
The Battle Between Fate and Choice is about a guy who has been struggling a lot in his life, and scene ya kwanza chapter 1 inatupata akiwa hosi akisema the problem was the family. Kama wife yake hangemwacha, things ingekuwa mbaya. Kama mabeshte zake wangemwachanisha, vitu zingekuwa sawa. Kama angesoma, vitu zingekuwa sawa.
I wish I would.
Sana the past.
Yeah.
Until a time that beshte yake moja anamuaddress, and then anakumbuka everything that happened, and anakumbuka everything ni choices yeye mwenyewe alimake.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's a battle between his fate and choice. But later after that, anakuwa msimfiti, anaanza sasa kuventure into things, discover, so anaanza kuwa motivational speaker, anaanza kuongelesha watu, young people, and he gets to impact so many people. By the time he dies, he impact so many people. He dies later.
I feel like oh wow. It just hit me. I'm like, what?
Yes.
I mean, we all will eventually, but it feels like partly your story. Like as you go on, in as much as you're trying to build yourself. Of course, now in the after I look back, and then he realized that he can do so much better because those were all his choices, and now he's making better choices. It feels like it's very foreshadowing of how you're going to try and keep growing yourself and making the right choices.
Yes,
but
even
you're
at a time
impacting so many people. You may not think about it all the time, but imagine all the people who interact with your content and go like, wow, okay, it's time for me to do ABCD, make a change here and there and there.
Yeah.
Sure.
And then one thing that I normally do that most people don't know, and I don't tell people,
tell us a secret.
Yeah, so every time I get hold of a baby, time yenye nashika katoto kadogo, mtoto hatimbei, I always speak positive words to their lives.
Aww.
Yeah, I always do that because I tend to understand words have power. So if words have power, probably the words that I speak to his or her life inaweza msaidia kukuwa someone better in the future and someone better than me.
Wow.
You see, most of the time people don't want someone to be better than them. Even the kids I train, I always tell them, mimi nawaambiaga, utakuwa better than mimi, utakuwa better than wanataka ticha Chela. utakuwa better than teacher
Not
Chela.
Teacher Chela.
Kwa
That's
sababu ya
cute.
ukali.
Kwa sababu ya ukali.
Yeah,
Keep
so
catching me off guard with that alter ego.
yeah, so mi waambia like you can be better than me. Nikikutrain sikutrain ndo ukue kama mimi, hapana. Na kutrain ndo ukue better than mimi. Wow. So like kama na kutrain ka dancer, najua vizuri kuna moves utakuwa unajua in the next 10 years, mimi hata sitakuwa najua hata moja.
Be like unafanya.
You see, kama ni kuact na kutrain kuact, kuna skills zenye utakuwa unatoa, kuna emotions utakuwa unatoa kwa kamera, mimi hata siwezi fikiria kitu kama hiyo. Yeah, kama sasa hiyo like bado mimi ni actress. Yeah.
The actress tumeongeza hapo kwa list.
Na act kwa series fulani inaitwa Hadasa. Inakuja MBCI TV.
Okay, MBCI TV.
Sio smart sana.
Okay, true. I'm intrigued. Nenda kuitafuta.
Yeah, inaitwa Trufena. So, unapata hizo zote, it's because of hiyo kuventure. You see, most young people, they die, they commit suicide because they don't have something else. Wewe tu kazi yako umetegemea masomo. Yani wewe kama ni masomo, akili yako yote, kila kitu yako yote, like it's just books. You need to think outside the box. Unaona, kama umejiwekea biashara ya mayai, wewe unasema tu ya mayai tu ndio inafai work. Ufikiri unaweza tengeneza ingine ya create, ama unaweza fry hizi mayai, ama uziboil.
Okay.
Like ikwe another thing. Like anywhere you are, make sure you have something else. Kama wewe ni mwalimu, make sure kuna kitu kingine unafanya. That way hautakuwa easily, hata depression haitakugonga rahisi.
You have too many things
because
to do.
Hata heartbreak ikikugonga hivi, uko na kitu kingine unaangalia, unashangaa na ina grow.
Unasongesha hii kando kwanza. You're like, let's focus on this.
Yeah, so unapata hata kama family niko na issues, but there's have something else. Shida ya youth ni wewe kama umeandikwa job place, akili yako yote iko kwa mdosi. Yani like you don't even think of something else. You don't have like, unaona kama mimi, yes I work with a TV station, but I also have my own brand. Na nakwambia hata nikiweza toka bado niko na brand yangu yenye na run successfully. So hata kama unafanya kazi kwa mitumba or something, just have something else kama backup. Like lazima ukuwe na shock absorbers kwa hii life, hata ukuwe strong aje.
Lazima you fall back on something.
Unaweza kuwa na hata mabeshte wako supportive sana, wanaku encourage sana, but if you don't have something of your own, mabeshte upotea. Watu upotea, unabaki hivi unaangalia contact yako, uko na 1000 contact list, hauna 50 bob, na kuna hata mmoja unaweza like una scroll tu hivi, una scroll hivi, like no one literally. But if you have something of your own, utakuwa unaangalia, yes sina dosa hii, si nateseka sahi, but at least taka kitu kenye ninakatengeneza nikushin the next 5 years katakuwa kitu kazuri, especially kama ni kitu kako kwa roho yako. Ifanye tu and then have the original plan. Now the problem with most people is wewe unajua kuchora. Sasa unaenda unafunza kila mtu exactly, you must have kitu kako kenye ufunza
an edge that thing.
That is a rule. Unaona watu wa Coca-Cola, brand ya Coca-Cola whites, it's hakuna mtu ashai gonga. It's because hiyo kanini kake hiyo the recipe hakuna msi ashaijua. Wewe unaletewa tu nyimtengeneze Coca-Cola. So you as a brand have something that is a secret. Hata kama wewe ni muimbaji, kwa na kale note kako kenye
ni wewe tu na hits.
Ni wewe tu peke yako. Hata ndani apewe, si kukua selfish, but it's kukua protective of your brand.
It's your unique value.
Yes, and then you identify your niche. Mimi nilijua niche yangu si sura, yangu ni sauti. Naenda na sauti. Understand?
Unaweza pia fungua niche ya sura pale kando.
Na watu guys na waingie. Unaona? Hiyo ni Ambia guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. I am your Kal,
and they come through.
Unaweza enda uende na you are walking shadow. You just talk to people, you just advise them, you just tell them things, and then people come. Identify your niche. Kama niche yako ni smile, wewe smiling tu kwa hiyo TikTok. Kama niche yako ni macho, wewe
tumia macho kondoa.
You identify your uniqueness. You run with your unique. Na your uniqueness inakuchanga with your somewhere in your physical appearance.
And we all know what it is. Tutaitafuta tu.
Yes, either in your voice, in your ears, like kuna tu kitu mtu anakuaga nayo yenye ni different kabisa.
Yeah.
So kama yako ni kucha, kama yako ni miguu kutembea kombo, tumia hiyo. That is what you have.
Apply.
Hey, and
Apply
then unapata
yourself.
most of the time ni kitu yenye watu wanakuambianga sana. Watu hukuambia wewe ni
unapuuza tu lakini
watu wanaanza kumwambia hiyo kicheko yako inachekesha watu. Unaweza mtu wewe unakuwa tu kucheka. Wewe kazi yako tu ni kucheka online.
Yeah.
And then you find una grow tu pole pole. With the time unakuja una find out kucheka inaweza involve na stories nikicheka. Hii kucheka inaweza kuwa naweka hapo product ya kucheka.
Hiyo ni gani? But yeah, I get you.
Kucheka inaweza advertise Colgate nikicheka. You understand?
Yep.
But haita happen kama ujaanza. Most people, young people, they fear to start. Unaona? Sasa watu watasema nini? Mimi hata sauti yangu ni kama ya nguruwe. Sasa sauti yako ni kama ya nguruwe na hujatry.
Nguruwe was just chilling.
Like you need to start. I have so many of my friends. I really push them. Like mtu nimempush kutoka last month but one. Start. You need to start. Like hakuna time. Unajua tu unafikirianga mimi nitaanza tu kesho. Kesho itapata impact. You see sometimes unaweza delay na kitu, idea imenikuja kwa akili. Nimechelewa nayo maybe na 1 year, ikukuje kwa akili. Wewe run nayo. Anza kusema huyu ameiba idea yangu. Hakuiba idea yako. The time that you are supposed to start haukuanza. So someone else alipatiwa hiyo kako ka grace period kakuanza na yeye akaianza. So anza tu with people's support, without people's support, with people's help, without people's help, you just start. Anza tu. Kama ni channel unaanzisha kufungua, kama ni accounts unaanza kufungua, you just start. Kuanza ndio inakuanga shida. Kuendelea utajua venye kitu utaweka YouTube. Wewe anza tu. Hata kitu utaweka YouTube unaweza tu kitu yote yenye imekuja kwa akili yako. Unaweza pata ni kitu imekuja kitu fani kama kuangusha tu hivi bairo na inakuwa tu kitu unique kabisa. I love people just love it. As long as you're passionate about it, you just start.
Wow, yeah. It's never been clearer to me, let me tell you. So from today we've learned, we think outside the box and we go for it. Just start. Teacher Chela amesema nini?
Teacher Chela amesema
aje? Just
wewe anza. Just start. Usunguji. Suba utabata mwana sio wako.
I love it. Thank you so much for coming to join us at this studio.
You're welcome.
We've had such a good time meeting your alter egos and all the different ways that you are, you're precious.
Thank you.
All the ways. Thank you so much. You have seen the episode, guys. You've joined us, and I know you had as much fun as I did. So please feel free to like our content, subscribe to our channel, and we'll put all the necessary links in the bio below. Please check them out, follow through and see what Teacher Chela is doing, see what Walking Shadow Poetry is doing, and remember, just start. Okay?
Yes.
So until next time, say bye.
Acha nikuambie tutaonana siku ingine. Kwaheri ya kuonana. Bye bye.